Hi everyone, what's up? Welcome back. Today I'm so excited because I asked my former boss, Rachel Pinzur, if she wanted to come on here and share some of her expert, amazing knowledge with you. Rachel is an amazing PR professional. She is such a creative mind and she's taught me so much of what I know. So I'm super lucky and blessed to have had her as my guide and still have a friendship with her and continue to work with her. And I'm excited to bring you guys all of her knowledge. This video idea came by way of one of you who asked me what it was like to be in PR and have children. And I don't have any children, but I do have a couple of friends that are in PR and have children, and Rachel's one of them. So I'm glad she's able to share this perspective with you. If you like these sort of collab videos, make sure to let me know so that I know to do more of them. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I make PR videos, writing videos, lifestyle videos, all kinds of videos. So please subscribe and give this video a thumbs up if you do enjoy it. And let's get to it.
Hi Swanee, hi social media verse. I'm Rachel Pinzur and I'm the president of Pinzur Communications. We specialize in hospitality, lifestyle, municipal government, public relations. And I have had my agency for 6.5 years. And I also wear two hats. I am also the mom of a really cool and spunky 10-year-old daughter. When I first started in public relations nearly 20 years ago, I did not have a child. I was fresh out of college and I had just moved from North Carolina to Miami, and so I was super excited to find my first job. I landed at a public relations agency. I was there for 5 years, and then after that I spent quite a bit of time at luxury hotels. I couldn't even imagine, especially as I was starting my career, being able to juggle a child as well as my profession. In public relations, it can be an extremely demanding and stressful job. I was networking practically every night. I was hosting journalists for dinners. I was often, especially once I was in the hotels, at the hotels on nights and weekends. So it was definitely tough, but about 4 years as a PR director at a luxury hotel in Aventura, I decided it was time to have a child. And so after 6 years of marriage, my husband and I were very blessed with this beautiful daughter. And from there, our lives certainly changed. Since having kids, I have certainly had to say no a lot more than I ever did in the past. As mentioned earlier, when I was first starting out in my career, I was constantly out there meeting movers and shakers and networking and hosting journalists and working nights and weekends, and I would routinely be the first one into the office. Where I have had to completely change my mindset. You know, there are times that I will certainly get up early in the morning before my daughter is even out of bed, or I might have to work late or work on a weekend. But it was extremely important to me that I would create a manageable business, even though there's certainly stresses that go with it. And also be able to spend time with my family, because honestly that is the number one most important thing to me. And luckily my clients over the years have completely understood whether or not they are parents themselves, and even if they're not parents, I have been very blessed that they've been quite understanding. When I first started my public relations agency, one of the things that I made a promise to myself was that I would not let my business completely overrule my home life. And not to say that it doesn't get in the way, in a good way, because I absolutely love what I do and I'm very passionate about it. But it was extremely important to me that I got to not only enjoy this and grow this incredible business, but especially enjoy the years that I have with my daughter until she is a teenager and no longer wants to hang out with mom. Like most of everyone out there, we have all had to deal with this pandemic that we really didn't see coming our way, even as early as the beginning of March. I have been very lucky that all of our clients have stayed on with us. But that being said, especially the first few months, because this was an ever-evolving situation, and this is something that majority of the world had never really dealt with, we were constantly having to work 12, 15 hours a day daily. And my husband was as well, since he works for a hospital. And so my poor daughter was a lot of times on her own and feeling extremely lonely, because not only were we in the middle of the pandemic, but she couldn't see her friends. She couldn't really do the things that she loved. And then her parents were working a gazillion hours. So we definitely had to do a lot of sit-down discussions to make sure that our daughter understood that we loved her and that this wouldn't be forever. But it was also important for her to understand that we are in jobs that we were helping people, we were helping companies, and that if we didn't take that time to spend and devote to our clients, then we could be at risk of losing our business, our jobs, and not be able to support our family and put food on the plate and keep a roof over our heads. Virtual school has also completely put a wrench in a lot of our plans, especially at the start of this school year. My daughter had to start out online like most kids down here in South Florida, and she is someone who thrives in a classroom. And so, of course, there were technical issues. There were issues where, sometimes she couldn't get on and she was scared that her whole class was on, but she was left out. And so I might be in the middle of a client call or a Zoom meeting, and she comes running in and she's in tears. And even though she is really one of the most laid back, coolest kids, she's human and she has every right to have these emotions. This is not something that she asked for, nor did we ask for, or really anyone did. And so she has had to pivot just as we have during this uncertain time. One of the biggest pieces of advice that I have for other moms who are interested in starting a business, whether it's in public relations or another industry, is that being a mom does not mean that you have to sacrifice your career. I have been extremely lucky that I have one of the most supportive husbands who also works extremely hard. He is in a very demanding job, and we really work together as a partner. So one of my pieces of advice is don't be afraid to ask for help. I think that's definitely, as women, one of the things that we have a hard time with. Always remember that you just can't be perfect at everything that you do. It doesn't matter how much you try. It doesn't matter how many hours earlier you get up in the day, or really just pull your fair share of the work at home. Like I mentioned, I'm lucky to have an awesome husband that is so incredibly supportive, not only at home but in what I do, and he understands that this is a passion of mine. And last but not least, I would have to say that if you have that entrepreneurial spirit, again, just pursue it. I was definitely hesitant in starting my own PR agency, especially one of the biggest concerns was that this was not just about me. I had a family to help support too. And again, I have a great partner who also, works too, but it definitely weighed on me. But don't give up your dreams just because you have a child. And in fact, a lot of times in the work that you do, if you can involve them and show them and lead by example, you end up serving as a great role model too. Thought that I would bring as special guest my daughter to talk about her own challenges too. I think that'll make it a lot of fun. So with that said, Ariel, would you like to talk about what it's like having a mom who has her own public relations agency?
Sure. I mean, it's always a little hard because, I mean, she's juggling work and family at the same time. And my dad always says that it's really hard to juggle work and life while you're working from home, which makes it a lot harder when she says, go take the dog out, but she's on a call, and it's really hard to juggle all of that stuff because you never know when something's going to pop up.
As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you back here next time.